Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Director. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I'm sure you will see the cat in a minute. He's here, but he won't be here for long. He always wants to break out after he gets in. Okay, so what do we have going on this week for you? Lots of things happening. It's a very busy week. We're going to mostly cover the eclipse. So I do want to take a moment to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. It's great when you connect your energy by doing those things, because then when I go to do my readings, I'm picking up on those energies because I've had some communication, some energy exchange with you. So it's really beneficial. Well, you have a lot happening this week. Okay. You and everybody else. All right. So, oh, it's nice too, though. Looks good. All right. I want to remind you to always check out your sun, your moon, your rising. Your sun sign is the core of you. It is your value system. It's how you view the world. Your rising sign, it's really important. If you can figure that out, you need the time of birth and the place of birth, but there are calculators. I have one listed in the comment section below. It will allow you to figure out where your houses are, and so that helps you find your path of destiny. And so it's a really good way to go. It's how you interact with the world. It is your personality. It's how the world is going to view you. And then your moon sign is how you're going to react and respond to the energies around you. And so it's very beneficial to view all three of those aspects. I am offering personal readings that personalized on tape. I will record them for you on tape. I'm old. We'll record them and upload the videos for you. But it's usually get about an hour from me, because I use the cards that I use for the regular standardized readings, and then I add more decks to you. And so you can purchase either a gift certificate for yourself or for someone else. You can get the reading done now if you would prefer. It's totally up to you, but it's only on sale through January 31st. For $20.20, and so it's a real great opportunity to get a lot of guidance for the year ahead if you would like it. And any of my personalized readings that I do that way are on sale at that time, so it's a real opportunity. I'm trying to keep, I want it to be affordable so that you have the opportunity to be able to get that kind of information and that kind of guidance. And so, what is happening here? Thank you for presenting. All right, so, ooh, that does not suck. Looks like you might be in for a good week, and there he goes. There he goes. Okay, so, this week has a lot of energy of Sagittarius overlaying everything. We have the moon is in Sagittarius as we start the week. And you know, that has that optimistic energy of Jupiter that rules your sign. It is kind of like encouraging everybody to know that you have to let something go, but being at peace with it and being excited about the opportunities that it presents on the other side of this eclipse. On the other side of the eclipse season with that, then that in Cancer, we have that Pluto and conjunction with, we're already in the energy of that conjunction with Saturn, but it becomes exact on the 12th of January. And so then we start creating space and moving out of that direct thing, which creates opportunities for growth within a structured environment, a restructured environment. It's laying a very solid, it's like pouring the concrete, making sure it's just really solid and level to build the next steps of where you're going. And so it becomes really important. But we have Jupiter that rules Sagittarius, right? It comes into a conjunction, an exact point that it meets up with that eclipse energy when it's happening for most of the world on the 26th of December. For people in the United States from the Central Time Zone West, that will happen on December 25th. Because it happens late in the evening. So at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, so figure from there, that is when that eclipse happens. And there's this conjunction energy of an expansion, of optimism that comes with this new beginning. What do you need to release, to let go of, to plant your seeds of intention, to create something that really matters for you? And this energy goes out 6 to 18 months. And this year, with so many planets hanging out, big planets, we got Jupiter, we got Pluto, we got Saturn, Mercury's moving in there for a little short visit, moves in there on Saturday. And then with this eclipse energy, there's so much. Oh, and the South Node. So much happening in Capricorn. It is the flavor of 2020. 2020, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's a stability building year. And stability that's built with that Saturn energy of disciplined action, being consistent, doing what you need to do to build and get where you want to go, to create what you want through disciplined, responsible action. So that is the energy of the whole year. This is what we're walking into, and Saturn wants to expand your potential, and it's such amazing energy that you have for this week. You have the overall energy of this Ace of Cups. This is an opportunity to create something that you're passionate about, something that is so funny, because I just heard, I don't remember her name, but she's the author of Eat, Pray, Love, and she was saying on the radio the other day that following your passion, yes, if you know what it is, then you should follow it. But if you don't know what it is, follow your curiosity, right? And so this is a new opportunity. It's either something you're very passionate about, it's something that you want to know, because see, here in the waves, there is this seal swimming along. He's curious. So following your passion or following your curiosity will help you to get to where you want to go, to what you want to create. That's your opportunity. So, clarifying this, we have a book of cards that came out with that. So, let's just see what we have here. Okay, lots of swords energy. So, Sagittarius, you've been kind of up in your head, right? You've been up in your head a little bit about all this, because we have that 4 of Swords. This, I'm exhausted and I need to rest. This 5 of Swords, I need to choose my battles wisely. Not everything is worth a fight, and it's not. So it's good. And then we have the 7 of Swords. The what do I need to do to move myself forward strategically? So I think there's been this rest necessary, because we also have the Strength card here, which tells me that, you know, you've had to really push through, that you've been hauling a heavy load of stuff. Do you really need to carry all that? It could be emotional baggage that you might need to release, because there's a lot of old stuff in there. What do we have? We have an old broom, we have a bag, bundles tied up. Are you dragging around a bunch of emotional energy that is really weighing you down? Is something to consider when you have to release something, let something go in order to create the fertile ground for something new. And the Moon is the other card that came out. So obviously this has to do with not everything will be known to you. It is a new moon that doesn't shine as much light, but it's an opportunity to plant seeds of intention. And so this need to be strategic is also playing important, but also remember, it's about the moon. It's about this opportunity. So are you carrying much more of a burden than you need to? What can you release? What can you let go of in order to be light and playful and chase down your dreams and follow your curiosity and get to know what it is that you want? So I think there's a little of exhaustion. We've got the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Swords saying, you know, I need to pick my battles wisely, and the 7 of Swords saying I need to be strategic about how I do battle once I pick my battles, right? What, you know, do I need to sneak away? Can I do this a different way? How can I avoid too much conflict and still get to where it is I want to go? Because the energy of this eclipse brings in, oh, nice. You have opening to love, that Ace of Cups again. Opening to love, my heart is open, and you have wealth. Now, in this case, it could be money, but I don't see any Pentacle cards showing up yet, so we'll see what else we get in the cards here. But this could be that wealth. What really makes you feel wealthy is feeling loved and secure in that love. There's an opportunity to bring that into your life this year. So let's see what we get here. Let's just see what we get here, because so far it does not look bad at all. It looks really intriguing and good. So if you've never seen my readings before, the way I do it is this is thoughts, feelings, actions. This is past, present, future. This card here is the key to the situation, and then all the cards have been assigned a special meaning according to, like Lenormand cards is what I kind of use to clarify it in my mind so I understand what the energy is trying to tell me. And I will explain it more as we go along. So the key to the situation, I don't want clarifying cards over here. So the key to the situation is, what do you want to create? What do you want to create? And so again, we have this creative energy of following your passion. It doesn't have to be about love. Maybe you're opening your heart to a new idea, something that's really creative that brings about and creates wealth for you. Maybe this is how you bring wealth into your situation, is because you're following your passion, your curiosity. And so by opening your heart to opportunities, being strategic about it, you know, releasing things that are not working to create space to build something new, to grow, to follow your curiosity, to create. To create. Because the spider represents creative projects, and it's in the space of the heart. It's also in the space of the now, and it's in the space of the key to the situation. So do you have an idea that you feel very interested in, very creative about, that could end up producing wealth? And that is definitely something that could be on the offer here. So that looks really good. I'm sorry about the lighting as I work through the day. We are just past, yay, the shortest day of the year. But that extra minute of daylight didn't really help today. Okay, so here we go. In the recent past, you've been struggling with figuring out what to let go of, how to let go, right? This whole, what do I need to unburden myself with? It's been a struggle trying to figure out how to go about the process of letting go. So is it letting go of a current job, a current relationship, a current outmoded thought process that's holding you back? Are you restricting yourself because, well, things have always been this way and that's how it should be? You are a mutable sign, so I think being stuck in this is how it has to be because it's always the way it's been doesn't seem likely, but I guess it would depend also on what other placements are in your chart. But there's been this need to figure out what to let go of, or how to let go, or how to release something that is holding you back, and it's water, and so that tells me it's kind of emotional. So transformation occurs through focus. Okay, again, it is that consistent energy. It is the disciplined action, and it's focusing on what it is you're trying to create that is going to allow you to get there. It is focusing on what is the best path forward, the best way to do this. It's strategy. It's strategy that follows your heart. Heart leads, strategy follows. Okay, it's not strategy and, oh, I'll make my heart accept that this is what I'm going to do because this seems convenient, this seems easy, this seems logical. No, no, no. The creative project is about what is curious to you, what is interesting to you, what drives you forward, and then how do I bring this into focus and make it happen? How do I transform my life? You have a big transformation coming up in the area of finances. So there is this opportunity to create wealth. And here's the opportunity to create wealth. This doesn't feel like loss. Not when we have opening to love. This feels like the potential and the energy with the Page of Cups, the new beginning, the planting the seeds of intention. What do you need to let go of so that you can transform either the way you think about money? What do you consider to be wealth? How you feel about financial situations that have occurred? But also, how do you transform it's how you transform the idea of wealth. That's what it feels like. Interesting. So, in the recent past, you've had some complications, some difficulty with communication. This has been a real factor in the whole situation as you've been anxious about who do I talk to, how do I talk to them, how do I make this happen. With all of this energy here of the swords energy, I kind of feel like that's been a real thing, a real strategy. Figuring out where is important, what do I need to do, what battles are worth fighting, and which ones are just not worth my time and my effort. Nice. In the area of the heart, you have the High Priestess discernment, presence, prophecy, and vision. In the heart space, you're being asked to listen to your heart. Your heart is your intuition. You will be able to navigate forward. So here you are, maybe trying to overthink it, overanalyze it, trying to decide what the way forward is. And maybe that's what you need to let go of, is the need to try to be strategic about everything and make everything happen. Because what I'm seeing here is if you follow your heart, you're going to be moving in the right direction. It is a creative project. That means that it does come from the heart on some level. It's inspired by what you're curious about or what you're passionate about. So listening to your intuition will lead you forward. You're going to be developing this intuition. If, for instance, you have undeveloped intuition, you have the gift of all this intuition. Sagittarius is one of the most intuitive signs, honestly. I know it's attributed to the water signs, and they are very intuitive, but the fire signs seem to bring in this innate knowledge that's been gathered through lifetimes, and they just know stuff. They see stuff. They know stuff. They feel stuff. They're very, very empathic, intuitive, clairvoyant. These are gifts that are often given to the Sagittarius. They come in walking in with them at the ready. And so maybe you start tapping more into that and you allow that to lead you and guide you instead of trying to analyze everything. So in the past, in the area of obstacles, you have disruption. So something has disrupted. Like things are flowing along and then all of a sudden it got blocked. And that might have thrown you off your game. And that might be what created this heavy burden that you're carrying. And this might be why you needed to lay down the swords and rest. So maybe it actually is, working its way backwards. Like from, I was being strategic and trying to make things happen. And then I just decided that maybe some of this stuff isn't working and I'm laying it down with this. I'm putting down some of my swords here. I'm choosing my battles and now I'm taking a rest and I'm going to release things with this eclipse. Because something disrupted the system. Beautiful. Birth and rebirth is the action. So, this resting card really plays in here. This is an idea, something that this is not your first time cycling through this idea. You may have set it to the side because of this disruption. It is time to pull out that idea, dust it off, and start creating again. Focusing on it, disciplined action will help you build the stability that you need to make this really play out. Lots of transformative energy. We get transformative energy. Eclipses are transformative energy, and this is creative energy. What do you want to create? Because whatever it is, it's your truth of who you are. This is where you discover who you are. By opening your heart to allowing the love into the love of this passion project, this love of a person, maybe a relationship. It's something new. It's something interesting. It's something you're curious about. And so maybe what you need to release is emotional burdens that you are carrying from a previous relationship that did not work out for you, so that you can open your heart to love that you're curious about. And you can find out who you really are and stand in your truth of what's important. And so the birth and rebirth could be the process of allowing yourself to believe and trust in love again. This is all happening, Sagittarius, in the Capricorn eclipse is happening in your second house. So your second house is your self-value, your self-worth, your self-esteem, and its finances. So money could definitely be at play here. How you feel about yourself is definitely at play here. How money makes you feel about yourself is at play here. How you feel about money because you feel so self-confident is at play here. Your self-esteem is somehow affecting the whole situation here. Interesting. Okay, so this is choosing your battles wisely. This is confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. What are you willing to fight for? What is your truth? That's important. Opportunity is knocking. So releasing some burden, letting some things go, picking your battles wisely so you can open the doors. This is opportunity knocking right here. This is ending a situation that does not work in order to allow the opportunity for new stuff to come in. So we have this eclipse happening here where you plant the seeds of intention. This almost feels to me like the eclipse that happens in Capricorn season on the 11th of January, where it is a full moon eclipse. It is releasing big time, big energy in Cancer, which is in the heart space for sure. For you, it is in your 8th house of transformation huge death, right? Transformation. That opens the door for rebirth. It could be where the opportunity really is. So opportunity is knocking, and if you can let stuff go between these two eclipses, and that is followed by Scorpio, which is represented by death, by Scorpio coming in conjunction with Saturn. Saturn is all about the disciplined action. They are meeting up, they're already in conjunction. So that, like on 6 to 8 degrees, depending on who you're talking to, on either side of this perfect 22-degree interaction that they're having, which, by the way, is a very critical point. So they've been in conjunction for a while, but they become exact at 22 degrees. And 22 degrees is a square energy, and that is that really harsh, you need to let crap go to change direction sharply, to move forward. New direction. It's going to happen. Opportunity is knocking. What do you want to create? What do you want to bring back? The birth, rebirth tells me this is not the first time this thought has occurred to you, but maybe you got scared off. Something disrupted it and you thought, I don't think I can do that. Time to rethink that. Time to rethink that. Maybe create a better strategy. But listen to your intuition while you're creating the strategy. Don't just rely on your head. Relying on your heart becomes important. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have nothing is set in stone yet. That means that this is a process is evolving, that you are creating, right? Nothing is set in stone. The spider is always recreating, fixing tears, things that were torn and, whatever, to create her web. But look, you are very close to achieving your goal, and a new start is coming. That's that birth, rebirth. You are very close. I think this is something that you have worked on, maybe shelved because something disrupted it. You lost faith in the idea that this could work. But if you follow your passion, if you pick your battles wisely, you can accomplish whatever this is. Opportunity is knocking. A new start is coming. You are so close. You're so close. I can feel it. I feel like it's like you're standing on the edge and you're just going to have to take a leap at some point. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you have the blue moon, a rare opportunity. That is the second time that's shown up. A fertile new role has shown up many times during the course of this reading. It is an opportunity. It is knock, knock, knocking. What do you want to create? What do you really want to go after? Because if in the past you were working on it and it wasn't working, if you refocus on it, you can achieve it. Let go of petty battles or disagreements or things that aren't working. Sort through what are the important battles to search through. What are the real, sometimes when you're trying to create something and you run into government or whatever, like rules and regulations, which battles are worth fighting, or which ones you need to figure out what the workarounds are, or which ones you're just going to have to acquiesce to in order to get to the next steps. Really sort through it and figure out what you need to do. So using your intuition is super important. Wow. Okay. Are we done? Okay. You have different people. This is different things. I can see this. Some of you, it's about love. Some of you, it's about passion projects. Some of you, it's about letting go of past emotional hurts in order to open up to new opportunities. It says, I take time for reflection and see life from a higher perspective. There was something to learn from these lessons that came at you that were uncomfortable. And so releasing any negative attitudes you have about the lessons and understand that it was something that you learned and you grew your soul through it. You have ruby and fuchsite. I attract romantic love filled with divine love. I have a healthy sex life. It does not ever suck to have that card show up. You have amethyst. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. I pay attention to my intuition and dreams. I easily interpret their messages. And if this is about finances, you got jade. So, you're rolling in it here. I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. Jupiter rules your sign. That is about luck and it is about expansion. You are, Sagittarius is lucky. You are. So, great opportunities here for love, for money, for spiritual development. But taking a few moments to figure out what's important and what to keep and what to release. Because you're carrying such a heavy burden, some of that needs to go. You're going to have to let some things go, right? You are going to need to let some things go. I take time for reflection and see life from a higher perspective. Letting go what's not going to serve you so that you can create what you really, really want and be willing to take the lessons that you have learned. And a higher perspective also comes from using your intuition. So, big changes ahead. And I think your cycle is going to extend a little bit. It's not just this. I think you're really going to feel this energy for a little bit here. So work with it. Use it to your advantage, okay? You take care, Sagittarius. Happy New Year. Happy New Decade. I am doing the 2020 videos. I will just be releasing them next week as the weeklies because they were not getting picked up in the analytics. So look for it there on Monday next week. All right, you take care, and we'll talk soon.